So Bo Nix is with us on the Pepsi Hotline now. He joins us each week courtesy of the RentalWorks division of CraneWorks, everything from landscaping equipment like mowers to big machines and skid steers and certified operators to handle big jobs, CraneWorks.com. Welcome in, Bo. Hope you're doing well today.
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. Thanks a lot. Obviously, everybody knows Georgia has a good defense. In live action, and you faced them last year, too. They were really good last year. In live action, did it match what you see on film? Can you watch film and grasp what type of defense you had to face Saturday?
Yeah, obviously those guys, most of their players, they've been there for a couple of years now. And so I've had a privilege of playing those guys before. And I knew what kind of players they had. I knew what kind of scheme they had. And I knew what kind of challenge it was going to be. And so going into the game, I'd had some experience with it. And I just knew it was going to be tough. We had to go out there and play good football, and unfortunately we didn't hit enough plays to stay in the game with them. But I think we definitely could have, and the opportunity definitely presented themselves for us to make those big plays and just continue to kind of punch blow for blow with them and just continue to stay in the game. And unfortunately we didn't capitalize on those opportunities. But I was definitely, with the experience, it helped me prepare for that team. And obviously they were really good. And I was just kind of shown again how good they were.
Well, it's pretty amazing. Through 6 games, they've only given up 2 touchdowns. You guys scored one of those touchdowns, the only red zone touchdown they've given up. But in your 2+ years as a starting quarterback, you've seen Alabama, you've seen Georgia multiple times. Is this the best defense you've ever faced?
Yeah, they obviously once you get to their level, I think it's just once they're on that level, they're pretty good. And obviously they've got the players, I think, that backs it up. I think that's the biggest difference. Obviously there's plenty of schemes out there that are great. There's plenty of defenses that can trip you up and can be tricky, but the players, I think, just make the biggest difference. And just having those guys that with that size and speed, it's tough. And they make every down a different play, and they make you just earn absolutely everything.
I'm interested, Bo, because that first drive went so well, but you end up with a field goal. And I really liked Coach Harsin not settling for a field goal right before the half, going for it there. Tell me about the feeling of that play, that call, and then going to the locker room, not getting points there. What did that mean for you guys going into the locker room?
That was a huge moment in the game. And like we said, we had a good first drive, and they hadn't really kind of had a team that has been able to drive on them so far throughout the year. And so we were able to do that. And we just missed a few opportunities on ourselves. And it wasn't even necessarily them that stopped us. We just kind of stopped ourselves, which was frustrating, but a good thing, because we knew we could do it and we could do it again. And then coming out again before halftime, a chance to make it a 1-touchdown game. We were going to settle for a field goal, and then they got the offsides, and we were able to put our offense back on the field, and just a 4th down and 3, and we weren't able to capitalize. And those are just the things that are frustrating throughout the game, because easily, and I say easily, the game could have easily been 17-14 at half. And even with that, if we score a few touchdowns, you never know how our defense responds. And it's ourselves, and we got to continue to fix ourselves. We got to make those plays.
Auburn quarterback Bo Nix with us on the Pepsi Hotline. He joins us each week courtesy of CraneWorks Equipment Rental Division. That's RentalWorks, the source for all your equipment needs, big or small. They've got the big equipment like skid steers and excavators, all the way down to the smaller equipment like pressure washers, brush mowers, and trailers. CraneWorks.com for more information. But on that, going forward on 4th and goal, there are really any 4th down. I think one of the things people often discount is the message a coach sends to his players by doing that I have confidence in you. Can you just kind of voice for us how that feels in the huddle when you don't settle for 3, you don't send the field goal out there, but he says, look, whether it works or not, I got confidence you guys can execute it. How does that affect your confidence moving forward?
It's huge. And obviously we knew once we got past the 50, we were going to be aggressive, and we had converted a few 4th downs already. You can't take away from that play, that moment being huge in the game. And that was a pivotal moment for us. And again, it could have gone both ways. And Georgia, I give credit to them. They did a good job of stopping us and holding us. because they kind of bent throughout that drive, but they didn't break and they didn't end up giving us any points, which was huge for them. And they got even more momentum than what they already had. So that was frustrating. And just to be that close and not come through, it was frustrating for ourselves, but it's good learning moments. And like you said, with just our coaches putting it in the hands of us, it is a confidence booster, and we just have to kind of pull through for them.
You know, you guys got Arkansas coming up. Wild finish last year with you guys and the Hogs. Now you go on the road. They just gave up 52 points to Ole Miss. You look at Matt Corral, almost 400 total yards, 4 touchdowns. You know you'll get some opportunities against this defense. When you look at Arkansas on film, how improved are they from 2020 to 2021?
You know, they're good. They have a lot of the same players and a lot of experience, and they play extremely hard. And with their schemes, it allows them to kind of disrupt a lot of offenses. And obviously Ole Miss has got a great offense, so I don't necessarily hold that one against them because I know how they have played against other teams, other good offenses. And they had obviously still come off a tough one at Georgia, so it's a hard back-to-back game for them. And I know how tough it must have been, but I just know they're gonna give great effort. They're gonna be relentless on defense. They're all gonna be pursuing the ball. And they're going to be kind of tricky with some of the things they do on defense and just to put themselves in better situations.
I'm interested in the back and forth, and I don't mean a negative back and forth, just open conversation that you have with the receiving corps, because obviously not every ball you throw is on the money, and some of the ones you do throw are catchable balls that are getting dropped right now. What is the back and forth, and how do you continue to encourage those guys or motivate those guys, because there are so many opportunities out there moving forward for the rest of the season? Share with us a little bit of the back and forth with the receiving room.
Yeah, I think, anybody who watches the game can either tell that a ball thrown is either caught or it's not. And so depending on, there's two sides of the story right there. You know, the quarterback's got to throw a good throw, a catchable throw, and then the receivers got to do whatever they can to bring it in. So really there's the only form of encouragement is to continue to throw and catch, continue to work on that chemistry, to continue to work on that timing. Anybody can come up and say, hey, throw a better throw or catch the ball. Anybody can do that, but I think it's just encouraging for a receiver to keep getting the ball thrown to them, and for me to just keep making those throws that I know I can make. And so the line of communication is there. There's no blame going on right now at all in any room, regardless of what position you are on offense. There's no blame going around. We know the opportunities we have for ourselves, and we're just going to continue to work until we get those things corrected and fixed.
Bo Nix with us each week, courtesy of CraneWorks, RentalWorks. Last time you went to Arkansas, you had 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing, no picks. Do you like when you go back to a stadium like that, you're like, man, I got some good vibes here. I played really well here last time. We had a really good game last time. Does that happen?
Yeah, it was obviously my first trip to Arkansas, and we had a good team. We had a really good defense. I think that day our defense probably caused 2 or 3 turnovers, I know. And they just were kind of relentless themselves, which allowed us to have a lot of opportunities. But I think going back, obviously, it's going to be tough because they've had some good success, and it's not going to be quite the same atmosphere. And we expect it just kind of be hostile and a quick 11 o'clock kickoff, which can be tough on the road. So we got to get up, get going, and prepare like it's a championship week, because it is. They're the next team that we got to face on the road to the SEC championship game, and they're in the West, and so this game is extremely important for us, and we know that we can still control what we can control, and all we got to do is just go in there and play good, and know that it's going to be a dogfight.
Back to last Saturday, there seemed like there were multiple times you and number 44, Trayvon Walker, were chirping a little bit. Were you guys sharing Netflix recommendations? What was that conversation? Well, it seemed like it was 3 or 4 different times.
Yeah, well, I know I'll see Trayvon obviously in the future, regardless of what teams we're playing on. But I respect Trayvon and that whole defense. I know what kind of skill set he has, and obviously he respects me the same way. And so we just know how competitive each other are, and I don't mind when stuff like that happens, like when he makes it known that he's right behind me. Obviously, it was a couple times, but he continued to make it known, and there wasn't anything that was negative or anything like that. But it was just fun, competitive football. Obviously, he was getting after it, and I was out there trying to make him miss, and we got our fair share of plays. And unfortunately, his are kind of on a higher pedestal because it's recorded as a sack.
All right, Bo. Good luck at Arkansas, man. As always, thank you for the time. Have a great week.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is Bo Nix with us on the Pepsi Hotline. He joins us each week, courtesy of our friends at CraneWorks, the RentalWorks division of CraneWorks. If you've got a home project coming up, they have everything from landscaping equipment like mowers to big machines and skid steers. They also have certified operators to handle those big jobs. Check out their full fleet, CraneWorks.com, CraneWorks.com. Thank you so much to CraneWorks and RentalWorks for bringing us Bo Nix and John Mechie each week.